Okay, well, it's September 19th. I've been off trail for a little bit over a month, and I have been trying to make this video for the past couple of weeks. I've been dreading making this video, mainly because I feel extremely embarrassed and ashamed that I'm not on trail, and I feel like I owe people an explanation, especially those who sent me things, which I really, really greatly appreciate, and those things will definitely come in handy on the next trail, which at this point is looking like it's probably going to be the CDT in the spring, even though I wish and should have stayed on the AT. As it turns out, I'm currently at Sonoma Coast State Park in Northern California. This is my 6th location since I left the trail in an attempt to help my sick mother get into a better place with her health, safety, and welfare, which has been an abject failure. Wish I would have known that that was going to happen before I went to all the trouble and expense and stress and anxiety and devastation and heartbreak of leaving the trail, which was sort of part of a bigger plan to get this Triple Crown finished before my 50th birthday in September of next year, which would have happened theoretically, hopefully at the end of the CDT, which we're still planning to do in the spring. At any rate, I flew back to Phoenix the next day after the last video and spent about a week there planning and picking up the van and getting the van ready to go up to Northern California and trying to get up to speed on what's going on with Mama Maggie's health issues, which she was not inclined to let me do, not in any sort of substantive, meaningful way. I was going to be allowed to read the medical records she's kept since 2012, but I was not going to be allowed to attend any of her doctor's appointments with her to ask any questions I might have, which seemed important to me because she has memory issues and has fibromyalgia, which frequently gives her fogs, and so her memories can be sort of cloudy. She seems to think she can turn that on and off whenever she wants. And I was not going to be able to move her, even though she has talked about moving for a very long time, up to at least last year. And the place she lives is terrible. Those of you who may remember, that's where the van got stolen out from in front of last year. That was the last time I saw her. And also the place where her next door neighbors literally threatened our lives. And we ended up leaving there in the middle of the night while her next door neighbor was on the phone calling for friends and encouraging them to come packing. So, as you can imagine, I was not exactly keen on the idea of going back to that place, especially since I was being asked to rent a space to park my van so that it wouldn't get stolen and theoretically not have any ongoing issues with the neighbors. But frankly, I already had my life threatened by the neighbors, and so I certainly was not willing to just go there and hang out. So she determined that she was not going to be moving, was not going to let me help her move, was not going to let me help with her medical issues in any substantive way. I'm still not exactly sure what it was she had in mind when she said she was looking forward to me coming and taking care of her, because basically it sounded like she wanted me to just show up to this place where I would feel like a prisoner and feel like my life was in danger, just to sit on my hands and watch her die in person. Well, fuck all that. I'm a person of action, and I can't do that sort of thing, and I'm not going to willingly put my life at risk for somebody who doesn't seem to care about their own life enough to take any substantive measures to actually do anything to improve it. So as of this date, I still have not seen her. There was contact for a while, and then when I pointed out to her that there are definitely places that she could live that would be safer for her and better for her life quality, and it would not make me feel unsafe being there, we didn't talk for a while. But now she's just sending me relentless links to YouTube videos I am never going to watch. It's been a horrible, devastating frustrating, enraging experience. I came up here, like, there are literally family members ringing Maggie all within an hour, hour and a half, none of whom really seem to have laid eyes on her recently because she keeps canceling on them on the day they're supposed to visit. And I have to imagine that part of that is because she's in worse condition than she's been letting on to virtually everybody, but also seems unwilling to really do anything to fix that. So here I am. I have been sort of like in the vicinity in case she gets her shit together and decides that, yeah, maybe a move is not a bad idea after all. I told her I would literally move her any place on the planet. And at one point she said she would like to move to an interior prefecture in Japan where there is a thriving senior community where she would feel like she was contributing and they would support her. So I said, great. I've got a passport, let's book a trip to Japan, I'm ready to go. And at that point she told me her passport was expired, the line to get a new one's really long, and there was no mention of her getting into that line. So basically she was just jerking me around. Ultimately what occurred was a lot of passive aggressiveness, a lot of manipulation, a lot of guilt tripping, and ultimately emotional trauma, because I did all this thinking that she may not have lived the night, you know, I didn't have service, and she certainly didn't look like she was going to make it, you know, the time it would take me to complete the trail. So I don't feel bad about getting off trail. I feel like I did the right thing, but it's still absolutely devastating, and I'm entirely adrift right now, just sort of wallowing in catastrophic depression and fairly unchecked rage. Not really a great place to be head-wise, and so that's basically why I have avoided social media and pretty much just sort of checked out of society in general. Nobody needs to be party to that. It's nobody's fault but my own, I guess. So you know, if you don't have anything nice to say, I guess just shut the fuck up and stay to yourself. So that's pretty much what I've been trying to do. But you know, life goes on. I need to get back on some kind of track, because right now I don't feel like anything. I don't know who I am. I don't feel like a hiker. Like every trail this year has been an absolute shit show. I don't feel like much of a daughter. I don't feel like I feel pretty much like Timmy Failure. I don't know if anybody knows like Pearls Before Swine and Stephen Pastis and his character Timmy Failure. Good stuff, good stuff. You should check it out. But yeah, so right now I'm doing a work away. It's kind of like a work for stay, like you would do at a hostel, but instead of having the arrangement with a business, it's with families and individuals. I figured it was a good way to be able to afford being in California, because I basically spent a shitload of money flying out to Maine to hike less than 75 miles of the trail I had planned to finish out the year on. And now I'm in the position of needing to cash back up again. So that's unfortunate. And I'm back here in the most expensive state probably in the entire country. Also unfortunate. So doing the work for stay through Workaway has actually been pretty good, I guess, on the one hand. And the place I'm at now, they're really cool and they've enjoyed having me around. I don't know why, fuck. It's like, look at this. Anyway, they've asked me to stay on more long term, which I can't commit to, because the whole point of me being up here was to like just be in the vicinity in case she changed her mind and I could just jump into action and help move her, because once again, I am a person of action. That's kind of what I want to be doing. But it seems like maybe that's not going to be anytime soon, and I need to, you know, basically recommandeer direction of my own life. It has not been under my control, I don't feel, for the last month. And that's not okay. None of this is okay. But I want you to know that I greatly appreciate every one of you that watches. I greatly, greatly appreciate every one of you that comments. And I appreciate beyond words those of you who sent me things in support of this AT hike that ultimately ended on day 7. And I apologize for that. If I had known then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have left the trail. but I still probably would have felt like an asshole every single day I was out there. So I guess in a sense it wouldn't have been any good anyway. Anyway, the AT's not going anywhere. I'll get back out there eventually. Unfortunately, having taken off at this point pretty much blows out of the water my whole sort of larger plan of getting this Triple Crown finished before my 50th birthday next year, because I was planning to do the AT and finish that off this year, and then we were going to do the CDT in the spring. And I would have hopefully, like, it would have been so epic to just like finish at Glacier on my birthday next year and be done with this triple, so that, you know, so that we could get on with our lives and like get on to doing other trails, other things that don't require months and months of basically checking out of life. So at this point now, I guess I'm just gonna float around here a little bit. I got a house sitting gig back down in Southern California in October, maybe two actually. And I just want to especially shout out to Shepherd and Moxie in Maine for hooking me up and taking such great care of me. To everyone that has reached out to see if I'm okay, if I'm still alive, and all of that stuff, since I did get off trail and pretty much ghost social media. Thanks to everyone that has commented on the AT videos. It was so difficult to make those videos that, like, every day I made one of those videos and like actually put them together to be released on YouTube. I would just become just catatonically depressed and like just go to bed right after. So I read some of the comments. I'm probably not going to go back and read them again. This whole episode has just been so devastating and so difficult and so fucking awful that I really just want to put it behind me and look forward to the next positive, good thing. That's what I think that we're here for in this life, is to live good lives. And this last month has not been good in any way, shape, or form. I've met some fantastic people though, so I do have to say that. I'm very, very lucky. And I'm very grateful for all of you who have supported me through this, and those of you who have sent kind words about, you know, how you're thinking about me and thinking about Maggie. And I do too. I mean, I think about it all the time. But I mean, it's just very, very shitty position right now. So at any rate, I'm going to be checking out again for a little while. I will start putting up the Mogollon Rim Trail jobs. I called it the Rim job because of course I did. I went with Nightcrawler. And so those will start up next week. Hopefully I'll have something else good to say. Who knows? Maybe there will be a late season, early season AZT. Man, I don't even feel like a hiker anymore, but I am just dying to be out on a trail. I miss being out on trail so much. I miss the simple life. And in the meantime though, I'm just going to be hustling, trying to cash up, trying to work up more support and traction for my nonprofit, Support Public Lands. If you haven't checked it out yet, or if you haven't checked it out lately, well, if you haven't checked it out lately, you're not missing anything. I haven't got anything done with it. I did, I guess, in good news, finally get a bank account open for the nonprofit, so I can actually move forward with things in that arena. It's really hard to do fundraising when there's no bank account for you to put the funds in. So that's no longer an issue. So that's a positive thing. And I guess, like, at this point, I'm grasping for any positive things I can possibly get. Thanks to Nightcrawler for being so supportive and taking such good care of me. And then everyone else who's sort of like looked out for me and been there for me during this incredibly difficult shit time. Can't wait to get back out there. Can't wait to get back to being me again and doing my thing and doing what I do, which is, you know, bitching about trails, not bitching about my real life. Who the fuck wants to listen to that? Anyway, I'm gonna leave you with, because the sun, oh my God, finally came out. I will say another great thing that has happened is, hey, look at, I'm wearing a hoodie. First time in 2021. I am not broiling my ass off. But yep, I'm here at, it's beautiful here. I needed some ocean time. I'm looking forward to doing a little bit more exploring around the Sonoma Coast area. I just can't really afford to go into any of the shops, but these pullouts, they're free. You can come out here, bring a picnic, breathe in some sweet, sweet, salty air, get your shit together, move on with life. Till next time.